Welcome back from the commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. This is game 2 of the best of 3, round of 8 for the Play $75 daily. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map GSL Metropolis, we have the blue Zerg. From Team Infused, I believe. Infused, SortOf, that sounds right in my head. From Team Infused, we have SortOf. His opponent in the bottom right-hand corner of the map as the Red Terran. The man of many names. Most recognized by as Major, we have, currently teamless, Terran. Terran is what he's wanting to go by now, so I will be trying to refer to him as Terran. It's just so hard when people change their names. Like when Pult changed his name to Optimus, I could not call him. When I was casting his replays, I could not call him Optimus. I kept calling him Pult. Like, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do when you're so used to these recognized names. But this is Major. We'll have Terran. We're going to have a TVZ here, guys. Loser does pick, so this was SortOf's choice. Very strong Zerg player. GM here on North America. Very, very good. Always does so well in the dailies. He's such a beast. I love watching him play. Major actually got the cast yesterday, which was awesome. He goes mech so much in TVZ. Like, he's one of the few Terrans that says, you know what, I'm going to keep going mech because I'm awesome. I'm a boss and I make it work. And he's got such... That first game was not the best show for Major. I hope it gets to the point where he does these super aggressive timings with mech. He will do it, like, it's like his TVP, how I described it, where he'll do the first aggressive push, and then he'll do a second aggressive push, and he'll just keep making these small pushes constantly while dropping. He won't macro up, he won't sit on getting max like most Terrans do in TVP. And in mech as TVZ, you normally do your first Hellion push, you might do some drops, you might do some Banshee pushes, you might make a push at 150 supply to try and snipe a third or fourth base, but for the most part, you just turtle on 3 bases. Major plays this like he plays his TVP, where he's constantly sending these small waves of attack. He'll push with 2 to 3 siege tanks and snipe at third base very quickly, and then go back home. It's the most bizarre timings you'll ever see. I love casting his TVP. He is so good. Hopefully we get to see some of that today, because I really want to show you guys how awesome his timings are. Because we didn't get to see it last game. SortOf lost too many Hellions, too many drones from those Hellions, and was forced into doing a 2-base all-in. And Blue Flame is just so powerful. It only affects light units, so it doesn't really affect the Roaches in that engagement, but, I mean, you saw the Balians get devoured just almost instantly. And SortOf was forced to GG, but hopefully this will be a different game. I saw Major going for the gasless expand. Now, in TVP and TVT, when you do a gasless expand, you can either follow up with more racks or go for the fast second and third gas. In TVZ, you can't really follow up with more barracks. You have to go for that fast second or first and second gas. You cannot neglect that. You really have to get reactor Hellions out, and you have to get map control. You have to do some form of harassment. I'm curious to see, will we see Major add on more factories like he did last game, or is he going to go for the Banshee play, which is a very fun style as well. The Banshee play is very vulnerable to the build that SortOf just did. Any form of very aggressive Roach timing attack, the fast 1-1-1 off of 2 bases, can kind of get crushed if you're not prepared for it. So he's going for the fast 1-1-1. He's going to get the Banshees, getting the Tech Lab right now. This is a very fun build. You can, and the cool thing about this build is, you can transition any way you want from it. You can go into either Bio or Mech. It's easier to transition into Bio from this, because you already have the starport and whatnot. But you can still go mech. It's not like you're barred from going mech with this build. Especially since you already have the Banshees, and you can still use the Medevacs and Vikings to pick off Overlords, do drops and whatnot. So it's a very good build to transition from. It depends on what kind of timing we see from SortOf. So we're seeing the gas taken here, second gas or third gas here taken at the 7-minute mark, going for a double Ego Chamber and a Roach Warren. Not wanting to risk the Hellions killing him off with just Lings like he did last game. So first 2 are here on the map, moving them across the map to do some form of harassment. Back home we have Major taking that very fast third command center. Very smart. First Banshee on the way. Still building those Hellions. Building a Tech Lab on this barracks. Wants to be prepared for those Roaches. Probably going to be building a Marauder out of this. Or he might swap this over and get another factory on it. Major very rarely goes Bio in TVZ. Very, very, very rarely goes Bio. It's kind of a fun style. I love watching him go mech. He's so good at it. But he can still go either way. We'll have to see. So with Stim Pack being started on this barracks, he is going bio for sure. Adding on a double engineering bay, so yes, he's going bio. There's a cool style you can do where you get Stim Combat Shield, you do drops, and then you transition into mech, so you can still apply harassment. You don't get +1/+1, but with a double engineering bay, you're kind of locked in to going bio. He's actually getting... okay, no, he's just transferring over that. So he's going to be building a barracks here on this reactor. So he's going Marine Tank, adding on 2 more barracks as well. So he's going up to 4 barracks. So he's going to be going Marine Tank. Roaches have been shown. They force back these Hellions. Banshee is here. It has been scouted by that Zergling, so he does know. Lair is on the way. He is getting Cloakless Banshees, which is okay. It is harder to have map-controlled Cloakless Banshees because the Queens have a little bit easier time cleaning them up. But it's still good. It's still good. So Banshee is here. Look, it is giving him map control. It's going to deny creep spread. He's going to have the Queens forward. And this is where the Cloak comes more in handy. Is denying the creep spread because Queens have a little bit more difficult time to combat in this, to push them off the creep with the Cloak. Requires having an Overseer, you know, it's just a little bit more micro on the Zerg side. So he's going for these rocks, third base being established, so we're going to be seeing a good old-fashioned macro game rather. Lots of creep tumors here. I love the fact that he went for Queen. Kibbles and I had an interesting discussion here yesterday. With the new Queen range buff. Now, I propose that with the new Queen range buff, more Zergs and TVZ are going to be going for the 4 Queen style. You'll just be able to clear up the creep, you'll be able to clear up the Hellions more quickly, get that creep spread going very, very fast with the 4 Queens. We actually have an engagement here, 3 Queens flanking these Banshees. Needs to be very careful here. We'll actually lose 1 Queen. That one, oh, nice transfusion there from SortOf. Banshees do live. Now, I had proposed that with the 4 Queen build, with the new range, it'll be better to go 4 Queen. I mean, you'll be able to force this extremely fast creep spread a lot more. But then Kibbles proposed that with the 3 Queen, you actually don't need the 4th Queen to hold off the Hellions. We do actually have a huge Roche timing attack here, though, from SortOf, catching a lot of units there off guard for Major. Siege tanks aren't actually siege. The Hellions are doing so much damage. Siege tanks on siege are doing a lot of damage as well. You might have actually held off SortOf without sieging Major. What a Gosu boss. Oh! Siege tank drop micro. What a boss. So he holds off this aggression. The company harvesters were killed. 3. So not the biggest deal. He does have his third base established. Third base established as well for SortOf. Everything looking pretty good. But Kimmel proposed that with the new Queen Rage, mute on mute, okay. Stajo, do you know if there's a way to keybind the mute on mute, so I don't have to alt-tab to fix exploit all the time? Like, is there a way to keybind it? Because I asked Astro the other day, and he didn't know. And I asked Kibbles and Sham too, and they didn't know. Maybe you know, because you're so boss. You're so smart and Gosu. Stajo. So we have the first drop moving out here for Major. Banshees are still very alive. Second drop moving out at the same time. So Stajo doesn't know. You're dead to me, kid. You're dead to me. Creep spread's looking so damn good right now. This is why I love the 4 Queen openers. Your creep spread is just unstoppable. This is a huge map, and he's already everywhere. Taking this 4th base, drop this here. 2 Overlords here. This is going to be a nice grab. Little Lings getting there inside to defend this. Moving Roaches into the main base as well. Sees the drop. So nice little split of the RB there for SortOf. Does lose those Overlords, though. He has supply block. Dropping the main base. Getting cleaned up very quickly as well. 5 Infestors on the way. Pathway Glands about to wrap up. 2-2 about to finish as well. Major just now starting that to attack. And 2 armor, so he's slightly behind on upgrades. With 2-2 finishing for a Terran player. Drop landing on the high ground. Lings coming up. Needs to keep the Queens on the low ground and snipe that medevac. Oh, if we can get that medevac, that would be huge. Always target fire medevacs with your Queens, guys. How many more matches until fan games? It's going to be several hours until fan games. Several hours. Hive is finished here. 3-3 on the way, as well as the Adrenal Glands. Spire just now being placed down, so he will be going for the Broodlords. This drop is being cleaned up. Push coming across the map here for Major. There are Marauders in the mix. He knows that there are Roaches on the field. He needs to mix in a handful of Marauders. Everything looking pretty good. Observer here. Overseer in the main base. for SortOf. He scouts everything. Major says, okay, I'm going to let you do that. Link's trying to do a run by, see if there's a third, fourth base, and he sees that there isn't, but he does see that it is transferring. Major killing off his wings. Burrow was not finished, and just now getting started, so he cannot burrow a wing there to force a scan. Creep spread looking very fantastic for SortOf right now. Almost his entire half of the map is covered with purple. Hellions coming forward. Being cleaned up by the Queens, though. They're able to get this far forward. Another drop moving out for Major. Well, after this is the Zoya show, guys. So you have to wait. You have to wait for after the Zoya show before fan games. So it's going to be a very long time before the fan games. Creep spread getting cleaned up. Lots of units here, though. Will the Infestors get here in time? Siege tanks do the shots they need. Major is very good at slow pushing. A nice flank here, though, from SortOf. Will he engage this completely, losing a handful of wings there? Siege tanks doing a lot of damage. Drop going on at the fourth base at the same time. Siege tanks devouring the army for SortOf. Majors has a nice supply lead now. 6 Cruppers on the way. Second Spire as well to get those upgrades. Greater Spire halfway done. Oh, it's so funny saying SortOf's name in some situations. So the fourth base was canceled, or fifth base rather was canceled, but he did rebuild. He's rebuilding it. Major is just now starting 3-3. 3-3 about to finish for SortOf. Fungal Growth going down on the Banshee and the Marines. Getting off these Banshees is going to be huge. If you can kill the Banshees quickly, that means more energy can be used on Fungal's army. Major needs a split, though. Nice Fungal Growth there. More beautiful Fungal Growth there. He's running out of energy, though. Siege tanks are on siege. Supply 199 to 155. These Fungal Growths have been really good. The medevac count is so huge. Major always makes a shitload of medevacs. Oh, man. He always has so many medevacs. He doesn't want Vikings. 7 Broodlords on the way. Fourth base is sniped, guys. Fifth base should be forced to be canceled. There is a Infestor up there. Will Major commit to the third base or go back home? Looks like he's going back home. Another good Fungal Growth there. Will those units die? Big explosion of units. Major has so many medevacs. I used to cast with Katu all the time. Katu is like one of my, he used to be one of my favorite casters until he departed. He's a lot of fun. But guys, I mean, SortOf is sort of dead at this point. 199 supply to 160. The bank for SortOf is dead. The bank of SortOf is sort of bad. He's up to 300 minerals, 300 gas. He's making 19 drones. He's trying to rematch that drone account, but yesterday, he's up to 10 medevacs now. Yesterday I saw Major have 14 medevacs in an engagement against Zerg, and it really changes everything. Major, so very good. So very good. Here come the Broodlords, though. There's the stem. There's only 2 Vikings here. Fungal Growth on the entire army. If he can keep the army back from the Broodlords, he might be able to do damage, but oh man, these medevacs are killing so much, and it looks like without even Vikings, Major's able to muscle through this. SortOf might be taking a fast 2-0 elimination here. All the Broodlords being cleaned up. Supply 194 to 131. There's a GG well played from SortOf. Very unfortunate defeat of SortOf. He's a very good player, but Major doing very well yesterday. I believe he won yesterday. The funny thing is, I casted yesterday's North American Daily, and I don't even remember if Major won or not. That is how much I cast. All of these games blur together. I don't even remember which one is which. But Major making it to the round of 4, guys. We're going to go a quick commercial break. This is the Playham NA $75 daily. Your caster is Zoya, the boy kid wonder. I'm going to go to commercial break. When we get back, guys, hopefully we'll be in the next series. See you guys soon.